we are at the end of the journey now, the end of the metal fifth journey. So we're ending it on White Flame. So yeah, we've listened to the whole entire album in its entirety. If you want to do the play-by-play of the album, kind of like reaction / review, then yeah, go back and watch all the ones and follow the journey. So this one we're gonna listen to White Flame. I'll give you my thoughts, and then after that we're gonna go and I'll give you a rundown of my thoughts, my initial feelings of the album as a whole. So yeah, we'll just go with that one, and I'll give you my honest thoughts and opinions of how I feel. I might do a video later in like a week or two to see how it holds up and see if my opinions change, see if I like a song better or worse than I did through all this. Because don't forget, we're just listening to this album for the first time once, and I'm posting these videos. So yeah, thoughts and opinions can change. It's the beautiful thing about music. You know, you can grow to like something over time. So or you might not like something over time. It's different. So what I'll do is I'll give my initial thoughts and review, and then like I said, we might come back to it in a month or whatever and see if it still holds up after a month. All right, let's do this. Let's go. I've heard good things about this one. A lot of people were raving about this. So I haven't heard it. I haven't heard any teasers or clips. We're coming into this one completely blind. Let's do it. Let's go. This is White Flame. Damn! I really like this. Where I said that like Songset Kiss felt like it was a song that was supposed to be on Metal Galaxy, this feels like a song from Metal Resistance. Oh wow! We're going for like old school heavy metal here. Again, I'm getting that Dragon Force feel from this. amazed. What a way to finish an album. I feel really nostalgic with this song. Like, again, I get like Metal Resistance vibes here. Wow. It's like a flash from the past. It's like revisiting an ex-girlfriend that you really liked. Holy crap. That was intense. What a way to finish the album. I really like that. I would probably say that White Flame, along with Algorithm, probably my two favorite highlights from this song. And again, it leaves me a little bit upset that we had so much of this album spoiled. I mean, before we even listened to it today, I already heard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs off the album. So I only left 4 new songs that I haven't heard. Which is bittersweet. Although, to be fair, I really enjoyed My Queen, or Algorithm, and White Flame. I'm a little bit 50-50 on Kawaii, to be honest. Wow, what a way to finish a song. High-paced, octane, freaking in-your-face, old-school heavy metal. I love that. This brings me back to like Mikio and Takeyoshi Amura just absolutely shredding in it on guitar at the height of the Kami band. Yeah, no man, this takes me back. This takes me back, man. I love that. But this easily could have been like the world's greatest opening track to an album. But I kind of glad they finished with it. What a banger! Wow. This kind of came out of nowhere as well. Yeah. All right. Brilliant song. Let's get on to the album sort of like review and summary. So, Metal Fifth. I think this is a really solid album. There's a lot of songs here that I automatically like. Again, I'm loving the intro of this album. It definitely feels like this album is kind of split into 3 separate sections. So you've got your beginning, which is your metal, screamo, From Me to You, Ratata, song 3, Con Con. Again, Con Con kind of changes the vibe a little bit. It goes from that heavy to that kind of silly territory. But then again, we get the middle section with the Kawaii, the Sunset Kiss, really experimental. My Queen as well, which is very, very dark song. And then you finish with possibly my favorite bit of the album, which is the ending with Algorithm, Metal-y, which I'm still a bit meh with. But and then to finish on White Flame is amazing. You've definitely got that hard-hitting, high-impact, right out the gates start. Then you've got that more experimental sort of mid-section, slowed down kind of section a little bit. And then you end it on, again, those fast-paced, not so much metal, but just those fast-paced, exciting, dancey songs that you can really kind of like just mosh along to towards the end. It's actually a well-thought-out album. When you think about it, I still have issues with Metal-y. I'm not gonna lie. I could have easily done with another song instead of Metal-y for number 9. It's never gonna hit the heights for me. Is it an album I'd listen to all the way through multiple times? I think it is. I think it is. I would thoroughly enjoy this, especially the first 4 songs. And then Sunset Kiss, then My Queen, Algorithm. Yeah, it's a really solid album. I'm not gonna lie. It feels a little bit wasted potential, almost a little bit, just because of how much was spoiled for a 10-song album. Like I said, coming into this, I already knew 6 songs from a total of 10. That to me feels like too much. So that does leave a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. But I got to admit, like 3 of the 4 songs that were left on the album, absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. Well worth the wait. I would have liked to have like an extra song or 2 to be surprised. You know what? Even though it's a 10-song album, I would have liked this maybe to be pushed to 11, maybe even 12. I feel like having 2 extra songs on this just would have been you know, just would have hit the sweet spot just right. I feel like it could have benefited from 2 songs, especially, like I said, that we got Metali and Ratatata way too early. For me, again, I might be alone in that opinion, but I felt like those 2 songs were out so far in advance that it does take the sheen off them. I feel like we're getting 8 songs, really, instead of 10. So, yeah, it feels like a really short album when you're in terms of, like, you know, new songs. So I kind of wish we had 2 more. Really like the way that this album flows. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty smooth. It hits all the right spots. You've got enough headbanging here. You've got enough of the baby metal, which is experimental, kind of like from Metal Galaxy. You've got enough of the baby metal charm and sweetness sprinkled in here as well. Like, everything you want from baby metal is here. It feels like a combination of every era of the band kind of all come into one. Like, Metal Resistance felt like its own thing with the self-titled album. Metal Galaxy felt like they tried something new. The other one felt like they tried again to do something new. And this one feels like they've taken the best parts of the other one, the best parts of Metal Galaxy and the best parts of Metal Resistance, and sort of mushed it together in this unholy creature of the night. But somehow it works, you know? Again, the only thing that takes the sheen off is, like I said, I felt like I was way too spoiled coming into this. And I would love to know the thoughts and opinions of somebody maybe coming into this album that wasn't spoiled, like they're just coming into this album for the first time and like didn't listen to any of the songs and how they feel. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of that does the sheen for me. Con and Kawaii and Metali, I thought they're probably the weakest on the album. I was really impressed with From Me to You, Ratata, Song 3, Sunset Kiss, My Queen, Algorithm, and White Flame. I feel like they were some of the best. But yeah, I could have done without Con, Kawaii, and Metali. For me, it were probably the weakest links of this album. But I'm interested to know, again, what you guys think. Because the great thing about baby metal is you can love baby metal, like I said, as like, you know, something experimental, something quite poppy and kawaii. Or, like I said, they can veer into the heavy metal direction, which they seem to be leaning on right now. So you're getting those screams, you're getting those dance, you're getting that, the cuteness that we all kind of want to see as well. It feels like it has a really good mix here. And it definitely feels like this album's split into 3 sections. First section, heavy stuff, get that out of the way. Second section, experimental, all the things you want to try. And then the third section feels like you get that quintessential kind of like baby metal sound a little bit. That kind of new modern but not all the way metal, baby metal. Which I really like. Again, Algorithm and White Flame is... it is la resistance of the album. It's a really strong finish. Maybe if I was being a little bit critical, maybe I would have put Metali 7th and changed Algorithm to 9th. I feel like having Algorithm and then White Flame back to back would have just hit that little bit harder. So I probably would have put Metali 8th instead of 9th and like just switch those tracks around personally. But all in all, this is a great album. It's a strong album. I think this is an album that goes in the right direction. I'm really loving their sort of direction here. Like, I love that the Momo gets the attention here with some of the screams. This leaves me really excited for what could potentially happen in like another year and a year or two when we get another one here. This leaves me with a good taste in my mouth. Coming into this one, I was a little bit worried about the amount of collabs on this album. I know some people are still worried about the amount of collabs on this album. I think once you listen to this album as a whole, I think it makes sense. There's enough variety and experimentation here that it keeps it interesting without veering into like weird experimental territory. It's a good, solid input. Like, where would I rate this in terms of baby metal albums? For me, Metal Galaxy is my least favorite. I would put the other one just above it. Then it's Baby Metal self-titled album. I would put this one second, and for me, Metal Resistance is still the best album. For me, personally. You know, I love Metal Resistance. I think that's an album that's very hard to top. Let me know what you think. I'd be interested as well to hear your sort of ratings or rankings of what you think of the albums. So rank the five studio albums in order down below. I'd be very interested to know your thoughts and opinions on this. The cat says subscribe. Subscribe. There you go. The cat has commanded you, so therefore you must do it. This is a really solid entry that left me happy, satisfied, content, wanting more, craving more. Again, 10 songs feels short. I know it's not technically short for an album, but it for this one, it really does. I wonder what the total runtime for this album is, because it does feel on the short end. But yeah, absolutely amazing. Solid. I would give this album a solid... I would give it a 9 out of 10. I think this is good. This is definitely an album I think I will be returning to regularly. 110%. Yeah. All right. There you go. That's my thoughts, my opinions, my album review. I'll be interested to know what you guys think in the comments, as well as reading your album reviews and stuff. The cat wants my attention, so I'm going to leave it here. Guys, you're amazing. Take care. I love you all. Mwah. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.